after his recent travel at the end of security agents over his electoral maleficence on Saturday. The statement expressed shock at the allegation and described him as a man who aspired to govern Ogun State, but was roundly rejected by voters who claim that a governor who is not a signatory to local government accounts squandered council funds amounting to 214 billion naira in 5 years. The statement explained that at no time did Governor Abeokuta touch a dime of local government funds in Ogun State. As part of a broader initiative to promote people-centered justice, the Ogun State government is dedicated to making legal solutions more accessible, equitable, and responsive to everyone in the state. This was the submission of Ogun State Governor Prince Abeokuta during the official launch of guidelines aimed at addressing critical issues in family justice and land conflict, organized in partnership with the Ogun State Ministry of Justice, held at Obas Complex, Okemoso, Abeokuta. Aderunke Oladile report.
Recent data has revealed that 81% of Nigerians experience at least one legal problem in the past year, with the most common being disputes with neighbors, domestic violence, land conflict, crime, and housing problems. These underscore the urgent need for a more accessible and efficient justice system to address everyday legal challenges. In response to these, the Hague Institute for Innovation of Law, IL, in partnership with the Ogun State Ministry of Justice, has developed and presented a set of evidence-based guidelines aimed at addressing two major areas of concern: family justice issues and land dispute. Representing the Ogun State Governor, the Director, Public Prosecution, Ogun State Ministry of Justice, said by leveraging evidence-based best practices, the state can create a more effective and responsive legal system that meets the needs of its citizens.
The guideline provides the process from problem to solution and suggests ways for families to reach agreements. And this guideline also provides recommendations that can be applied by government, private practitioners, traditional rulers, and community.
The representative of the state partners emphasized that the new guidelines are a part of a broader initiative to promote out-of-court settlement, which they believe will alleviate the burden on the nation's overworked court systems.
We try to encourage the application of best practices. The third thing we do is we scale up game changers. Game changers to us are justice solutions that most times is accelerated by tech.
A diverse group of public officials, local representatives, justice providers, and innovators shared their perspective on the newly introduced guidelines.
We would all be proud if all of those that have been trained, they use it, and then we see that you also, our pride would be that you don't come near us in the courts at all, because we are already saturated.
Guidelines, the recommendation at the bottom of the guidelines given to us have been able to save 2 marriages. Even one about three days ago. They are about to separate.
The event culminated in the official unveiling of the Land and Family Justice Practice Guidelines. With over 1,000 individuals trained on its effective use, this has now positioned Ogun State on the global stage for its commitment to improving access to justice. Aderunke Oladile, Ogtv News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has presented certificate of return to Governor-elect of Ondo State, Governor Loki Ayedatiwa, and his deputy, Dr. Olaide Adelami. The event, which took place at the INEC headquarters at dignitaries, including the national chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, and some members of the party's National Working Committee in attendance. The INEC National Commissioner of Ondo State, Professor Kunle Ajayi, presented the certificate. In his remarks, Ayedatiwa, accompanied by the Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, thanked the people of Ondo State for exercising their franchise and renewing his mandate. He also thanked President Bola Tinubu, whom he said provided a level playing field for all parties. While he thanked other stakeholders for their commitment to the electoral process, Aiyedatiwa praised INEC for conducting a free, fair, transparent, credible, and inclusive election. A federal high court sitting in Akure, the Ondo State capital, has reserved judgment in a suit challenging the qualification of the Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olaide Adelami, the ruling made to Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa in the November 16th governorship election. On resumption of the matter in court, 6 senior advocates of Nigeria SANT were in court to prosecute and defend the case. Honorable Agbola Ajayi, the People's Democratic Party PDP candidate in the party, have filed a suit at the Federal High Court to challenge the qualification of Adelami as the running mate to the Governor-elect Lucky Aiyedatiwa in the November 16th governorship election in the state. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Ndoka, was in court to challenge Adelami's qualification, while Dr. Remi Olatubora San and Idris Abubakar San appeared for the deputy governor, who was the first defendant. Also, Mr. Tayo San represented Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who was the second defendant, while the All Progressives Congress APC was represented by Mr. Ebulu Adeburua San and Charles Edusan San represented the Independent National Electoral Commission. The case was initially filed at the Abuja court, but transferred to Ondo State because of territorial jurisdiction. The President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has called for closer collaboration between Nigeria's parliament and its Chinese counterpart to strengthen diplomatic, trade and legislative ties between the two nations. Akpabio made the appeal while receiving the new Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Yu Duhan, alongside other officials from the Chinese embassy during a courtesy visit to his office. The Senate President underscored Nigeria's intention to leverage the outcomes of President Bola Tinubu's recent visit to China and the Forum of China-Africa Cooperation held in September. He urged the Chinese government to deepen parliamentary engagement as a pathway to fostering stronger relations. The federal government has begun deploying consular officers to diplomatic missions worldwide before the anticipated release of the ambassadorial list. This move comes 14 months after 83 ambassadors were recalled in September 2023, following President Bola Tinubu's inauguration. A reassessment of foreign policy led to the recall of the 83 ambassadors, both career and non-career, from their posts in September 2023. But the subsequent appointment of replacement has yet to take place. The envoys were instructed to return to Nigeria by October 31st, 2023, marking a shift in diplomatic strategy and suggesting that the government was looking to realign its foreign engagement to better serve national interests. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, had said the ambassadors served at the President's behest in the host nations, and it is not the President's prerogative to send or recall them from any country. Tuga added that it was part of a strategy to realign Nigeria's foreign engagement. The recall was done, but it's left a diplomatic void, as no replacement had been announced ever since. The Inspector General of Police, IGP, and the Nigeria Police Service Commission have been ordered to pay police constabularies about 4 years of salary arrears owed them since 2021. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria, which issued the order, directed that each of the constabularies be paid 54,566 per month from January 2021 to May 2024. Justice Bakia Astrop gave the order while delivering judgment in a suit instituted with the constabularies against the IGP and the Police Service Commission. Apart from the salary payment, the judge also ordered that letters of employment and certificate of engagement be issued to the constabularies, having trained them, provided them with uniforms and boots, and unlawfully deployed them to the state of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. In addition to the existing roads and reconstructions of the roads at Abeokuta Road, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, the Central Monitoring Unit of Ogun State Planning and Development Permits Authority in the Ministry of Fiscal Planning and Urban Development embarked on a demolition exercise to expand the width of the road for the development of the area. Olaide Oleye was with the theme, and the enforcement exercise moves to Abeokuta, Ijebu-Ode. A report.
After the inspection of the ongoing construction, the pedestrian right-way along the Abeokuta Road, Ijebu-Ode, is to be demolished to pave way for the expansion of the road. The Central Monitoring Unit of Ogun State Planning and Development Permit Authority in the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development embarked on a demolition exercise to expand the width of the road for the development of the area. This will also pave the way for the renewal agenda of Ogun State government under the leadership of Governor Dapo Abiodun. The length of the road to be expanded is about 430 meters. However, adequate compensations will be paid to owners of buildings that is being affected. The owners of the building, although aggrieved, stated that the development of the road and area is for the benefit of all.
So far ní gbogbo wa ní lọ́jọ́ iwájú ìjọba tó dé wà ń bẹ̀ sí kí Ọlọ́run kó ṣe kàn ṣe dáadáa fún wa. I'm okay for this road. It's got this road that is not. If you pass this before, it's bad.
As development progresses in Ogun State, the ministry wants individuals to avoid building by the roadside without following plans. Olaide Oleye, Ogtv News.
The Ministry of Education, Science and Technology announces that the 2024-2025 first-time examination in all public primary and secondary schools, as well as government science and technical colleges, a government technical and vocational college, has been scheduled to commence on Monday, 25th November, Wednesday, 4th December 2024. Commissioner in the ministry, Professor Abayomi Arigbabo, implored principals to make adequate arrangements towards the successful conduct of this exercise, while learners are enjoined to comport themselves well during the examination. He assured that the ministry has put in place necessary machinery towards each-for-each conduct of the examination. And as we wrap up the news, we'd like to remind you that leadership is not about titles, positions, or flow chart. It's about one life influencing another, and those were the words of John C. Maxwell. Don't forget you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv, on YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website at www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and on Google Play Store. And that's the news at noon. Good afternoon once again.